What is going on, everyone? This is Nero again. Today for you, some Domination gameplay on the map Dome using the M16 with a red dot sight, and this is by far, ladies and gentlemen, my best singular gameplay here on MW3. Now, what I mean by singular gameplay is it's not like boosted in any way. Some people get really high scoring games, by spawn trapping and like demolition or something like that, or they go spawn trapping and sabotage, or they'll play headquarters and then they'll just not capture the objective. This is my highest scoring Domination match, and it is ridiculous what happens throughout this entire gameplay. Just all the kills, all the multi-kill, all the little kill feeds you got going on there. It's a very spectacular gameplay in terms of that, and I think you guys will all enjoy it. So if you notice, I'm playing hardcore Domination, and I made a video a couple of videos back. I think I called it, it was a 43-3 with a silent KSG, also playing hardcore Domination on Arcane, where I basically discussed, differences, the fundamental differences between core and hardcore playlists, and my thoughts and opinions towards them, and trying to end the never-ending debate of which takes quote-unquote more skill, hardcore versus core. In that video, I kind of discussed how I believe that hardcore Domination is much more competitive than regular Domination. What I mean by that is everyone seems to play the objective a lot more in Domination. And I started thinking about that. Why is it hardcore Domination people play the objective a lot more than core Domination? And my reasoning behind it, my kind of thought, my theory towards it is that since there's no, you have to press back just to check the score. You don't have a mini map popping up all the time unless you have a UAV up. Little things like that where it makes people focus on what's actually going on their screen rather than all the variables around them. All they see is, hey, we have this flag, they have these flags, let's go capture those flags. I think in their mindset, they're just kind of driven towards capturing more flags. And it's a really competitive environment. One of the other things that makes hardcore Domination a little bit more competitive in my eyes than regular Domination is the fact that everything's like a 1 to 2 shot kill. The fact that grenades are really powerful. The fact that grenade launchers and secondary launchers, anything of that nature, are a lot more prevalent when you're playing hardcore. And I find as though it's a lot more difficult to capture a flag. If they hear losing A or they see A flashing, they throw a grenade or they shoot a 2-bar away, we're going down unless we're using trophy system. And like little things like that. I hear we're losing A, I jump up and I shoot the guy through the canopy there. Little things like that. It's very hard to capture flags. It's pretty easy to defend flags, and a lot more people seem to play objective. It's a really fun overall experience. Now, a couple things I don't like is the fact that, like I said, grenade launchers are very prevalent, that kind of thing. But there is a lot of good in hardcore. I'm really digging hardcore right now, and that's coming from a core player. Those of you watching this video, you guys have never seen any of my videos for the first time. You guys may think that I'm a hardcore player. I'm not. I play core, and I'm just now experimenting with hardcore here in MW3, and I'm really beginning to enjoy it. With how easy it is to defend flags, how easy it is to capture flags, and how competitive and fast-paced and fun it is. Now, in that 43-3 KSG gameplay, I kind of discussed, I feel as though hardcore takes a little bit more skill, but in the right light. It takes more skill in the right way. What I believe in hardcore is that a good player can excel much better as compared to where what he would do in regular Domination or in a core playlist. Hardcore, it seems to me, it's more about positioning. It's more about knowing the map. It's more about spawn knowledge. Whereas in core, the spawns are kind of sporadic, which the same can be said about hardcore, but you can defend yourself from it. If you're a better shot, if you have a little bit faster reflexes, if you know where to be, where to position yourself, right here. I'm just going to go to ham right here and now, ladies and gentlemen, with this M16 going towards the C flag. This is one of the big, look at all the people down here. I freaked out because I missed them all right there. I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be bad. This is going to be very bad. And then I pop up and here we go. We got a triple kill. We got the Overwatch doing work. Got me and my M16 doing work. There's like, what, 6 kills, 7 kills all in a row right there. Let's pull out the MP7. There's 8. Let's keep on spraying. Let's keep on spraying. There's 9. There's 10. I just continue going through here. This works out because I know the map. We have UAV up going on right now, so I know, right there on the right side, we got people coming out of the dome heading towards A, so I'm going to quickly make my way over towards A, and I make the mistake right here. Right here comes the mistake. I'm going to shoot, thinking there's no one else in here. I go for the call-in, to try and call in with another one of my helicopters, and I end up going down. If you're wondering about my kill streaks throughout this gameplay, I'm using attack helicopter, AH6, Overwatch, and Pavlo. I don't know why I went with 3 helicopters because they just get in the way of each other, but I did go with 3 helicopters. And believe it or not, this is the first, I'm going to say this is my first and my only game of hardcore Domination where I've used assault kill streaks. Now, I would imagine that they get shot down just as much as, say, in a core playlist. And that just makes sense. They would get shot down pretty frequently in whatever game mode you're playing, whatever playlist you're playing. People shoot down your sport. That's kind of the deal. That's kind of how MW3 is run. But for whatever reason, this particular match, the very first time I put on assault kill streaks, this happens, and it is just so ridiculous and spraying people through that canopy again. That's a really good strategy. I don't think a lot of people use it. You run up those little canopies, little blue tarps that are kind of dividing the map. Just jump over them real quick, kind of get a quick look at what's going on, and then take your shots from there. But in terms of kill streaks, man, they're pretty strong. They are ridiculously strong. And another thing I've noticed about hardcore is it feels as though to me they don't use assassin as much, because since there's no mini map up, people feel as though for whatever reason, well, I don't need to use assassin, there's no mini map, and then they realize when a UAV pops up, it actually shows up. So assassin's not as prevalent. People don't shoot down as air support as much, but then again, this varies lobby to lobby. This is just my own personal experience. I've gotten a bunch of feedback from you guys both in the comment section here on my last video. I've also got feedback on Twitter, you guys saying, well, hey Nero, I tried out hardcore, thanks for telling me, or thanks for giving me some tips as to how to play hardcore, because I'm really enjoying myself. Or other people saying, wow, I'm never playing hardcore again, Nero, that was horrible advice, this is like the worst playlist ever. And you guys notice I'm defending A simply by wallbanging through that crate. That's the beauty of an Impact M16. If you're wondering about my M16 personally, using Impact. And but yeah, I got a lot of feedback from you guys. Some of you guys were like, yo, hardcore is awesome. Some of you guys were like, oh, hardcore is horrible. And I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, but I'm thinking the people that don't enjoy hardcore are weaker players. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. I'm just saying, look at that, I get triple nade, but it's a broken feed. How does that make any sense? But I feel as though the people that really struggle in hardcore are typically weaker players. I roll with a bunch of really strong players. I play with subscribers, and I play with a couple SB members. And the players I play with that I know for a fact can hold their own in core playlists, and they're like rather strong players regardless of game mode. Cypher, for example. He does very well when we play hardcore. He does play very well. Now SB2 he doesn't play as much as Cypher and I do. He plays Call of Duty pretty frequently, but you know, he has like maybe 3 or 4 days in Modern Warfare 3 total. So when he goes to hardcore, he has a hard time because he doesn't know the maps that well. He doesn't know where to position himself that well, and he goes negative typically a lot, you know, most of the time, because he's not used to the game. And you have to think about hardcore is it does take more skill in that sense. You have to really be in tune with what's going on the map, where to position yourself, spawn knowledge, knowing where to use your gun, what weapon to use in the most effective area, and all that stuff. Like M16, I knew to use the M16 here on Dome because I know there are so many head poke spots like this. There's so many spots where I can just stand back and pick people off. And the beauty of the M16, honestly, is the fact that since it's hardcore, you can hip fire and you can still get that one burst kill. A 3-round burst weapon is phenomenal in hardcore. But those of you guys have known me or watched my channel for a long time, you guys have heard me talk about it many times. The Cypher actually gets me killed right there by trying to steal a fake package. You guys have watched my channel for a long time. You know that I've discussed that I do have somewhat of a background in hardcore search and destroy from World at War, and I have a little bit of a background playing hardcore search and destroy in Call of Duty 4 as well. What I would do in hardcore search on COD 4, ban M16, Bandolier, Stopping Power, Deep Impact. You'll be wondering, why Stopping Power in hardcore? With Stopping Power and Deep Impact on the M16 in hardcore mode, especially Search and Destroy, man, I'm pre-firing people through walls. They're dying as soon as they spawn. You know, hardcore mode is really good in that sense. Like, you know, if you know the spawns, if you know where people are coming from, you know what forms of cover you can be shot through, what other forms of cover you don't try and shoot through. Little nuances like that, like right there, taking that guy out. There's so many different, somebody's jumping off, shooting through stuff, man. That's the beauty of hardcore. And knowing Impact is probably the most prevalent proficiency in hardcore. Not a lot of people use it. A lot of people still opt out for things like Kick or maybe Focus or something like that. People really don't realize the power of Impact when you're playing hardcore. And that doesn't just pertain to Modern Warfare 3. It can pertain to you can use Hardened if you're playing World at War or Black Ops. You can use Deep Impact if you're playing World at War or Call of Duty 4. You can use FMJ if you use FMJ. That's how I used to master my guns right there, guys. FMJ, the master weapon in some any weapon in Modern Warfare 2, for those guys who don't know, you would need to get 40 FMJ kills while shooting through walls. If I'm trying to do that with an Uzi, that's going to be kind of hard to do in a core playlist. I'd go play Hardcore Headquarters. I'd get that in like 3 games. I would just shoot through everything with my FMJ Uzi. And you slap Stopping Power on, just you have a little bit more stopping power going through that wall. It was amazing. It was phenomenal. The point of this video, guys, not only to show you my best game here in Modern Warfare 3, this 111-12, if you're wondering about the final score. I didn't spoil it at the very beginning, but then again, it's also in my title, and I get juiced right there. I feel like a noob. But then again, I'm using Hardline Pro. That's going to get me my death streak a little bit faster. It's probably my best game. I wanted to show you guys that. I definitely wanted to show you guys my best game. I kind of want to discuss hardcore a little bit more. And would you guys be open to the opportunity, to the notion, to the idea, to the concept of posting a little bit more hardcore gameplay on my channel? It's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting, and Modern Warfare 3 is grown. It's growing a bit stale. A lot of people feel as though Modern Warfare 3 is getting a bit stale, and that they're tired of seeing the same stuff. So switching things up is definitely a good thing. Obviously, I post a little bit of Black Ops here or there. I'll post a little World at War here or there. I'll post some COD 4 if I can get into a decent lobby. You see a final score there, 111-12. I post a lot of stuff, and I do post Modern Warfare 3. I do continue to post Modern Warfare 3. I'll continue to post Modern Warfare 3 in core playlist, obviously, but maybe now and again, maybe we'll throw in a hardcore video. We'll see what happens. So, hope you guys all enjoy this gameplay and commentary. And if you guys go ahead and just let me know, I'd love interacting with you guys. You guys are great in that sense. let me know in the comments, what is your experience with hardcore mode? Have you tried hardcore mode since my last video with the KSG on Arcanine? What is your experiences with it? Let me know in the comments. Would you be open to the idea of seeing more hardcore mode gameplay in my lobby, or in my videos? So, I just left the lobby, that's why I said lobby. Kind of confused, had a brain fart, so hope you guys all enjoyed. Remember, rate the video wherever you guys feel it deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.